Hello, everybody. Surprise, surprise. It's Aunt Beck at Aunt Beck's Creations here. And I've been working on my Christmas card album for the Christmas cards I came across that in our transition of moving rooms around. And these cards are from 2020, but they still need their own little book, right? So I started working on this morning while I was watching Mary, and I'm here by myself. So I figured I'm going to go live and work on this. And if people show up, they show up. And if they don't, they don't. So welcome to everybody that's found me. And if you're watching in the replay, welcome. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. I do impromptus a lot lately, and I also sew, crochet, do cooking videos. I do a little of everything. I am not a one-shot kind of channel. So this is the book I've created, and I'll just show you what I have so far. I need to cut a mat for here. And what I did for my original artwork for my card for that particular year, this was the original artwork for the cards I made, and I should have kept one of those cards to put in here, but that's okay. And then I used the Kathy Orta King's binding method, where you make the little you do little marks and then it lays flat. I can't remember what she calls it, but I didn't make these little flangey things quite big enough. So right now I'm going through and I've cut some 1-inch strips, and I'm just kind of overlapping the side of the page and letting this adhere to both the little flange area and up onto the page, because the pages are only attached by this piece. There's some adhesive on the back of this little, can't hardly see it. There's like a little flange right there, and it's got adhesive on the back. And another thing I didn't like is the way that some of the adhesive is showing. So that's why I'm coming through and putting these strips like this. And that'll have to go inside the card some, or I might have to trim this one just a little bit, because I have put some of the cards in place. Hi, Angie. So I'm just working on this, and I thought I'd just flip the camera on and we could chit chat and work on this. And I've done that page, and everywhere you see a little flap, this is a pocket, so I can add things. So some of these have been put on to be made into pockets. In this area, I can put something or I can leave it. And the reason I ended up laminating this, I put it through the laminator, is because it was attached to a mandala that I had done that year. Hi, Joyce. And I wanted to be able to see this, and I kept thinking, how am I going to do this? So I've got my picture and mandala that were glued together, and then I just put a strip of black next to them, and what you see, these little things, was glue dots. I just put a few glue dots to hold it in place inside the laminating folder, so that when it went through, they couldn't shift. That's okay, Angie. You got to do what you got to do, and this is very impromptu. So I'm just going through, and this is the page. I'm going to have to figure out what to do because I can't move this. Let me look at one of these and see about how much I need to cut off. I'm going to just put a 1/2 inch of adhesive, the 1/2 inch adhesive tape on here. And then I'll trim this and re-ink it and see if I've cut it narrow enough. And if I've not, I'll do a little bit more until I get what I need, because I don't want to cover up Lucia's handwriting. Let's see here. Whoopsie doodles. I'm going to put that right there. See if I can slide that off from there. We could save that. We might need it. And we'll re-ink the side that I just cut. I was trying to think of a way that I could do this to add a little bit more stability. Hi, Melody. Oh, I was going to check this and see. Okay, I can still see Lucy's handwriting. Whoopsie doodles. All right. And I probably should have waited to put the cards in, but I was in a hurry. Don't ask me why. I can see my little place where it needs to be folded, and I'm trying to stay away from that. There we go. There we go. And that covers that up. You see how this is coming loose? That's why I'm doing these little strips. Should have brought that down a little bit more, but that's okay. I've already inked all of these, and you can see what a mess it's making. And I pulled out my big 12 by 12 box. It's got all of the Christmas stickers and decorations and stuff. And I thought I'd go through and add those. I've got one page that I put in here that's just a black page because I think I'm going to need a couple more pages just to have a pocket or something to hold stuff. I've got to put a gusseted pocket at the front to hold the little, this little book here. I was going to put it in the back, but I got to thinking if I put it in the front, I'd probably use it and look at it better each Christmas. And I got to come up with some recipes and a couple photos to put in that, but that I can do anytime. Hi, Devin. So peel this off. I have so much tape backing. So I'll line this up with the bottom of the page and right at the fold. And that'll just stabilize it. And so that little, if you're going to do the Kathy Orta style, don't go smaller than a 1/2 inch on the little flange piece. When you make your binding method, when you're doing the binding, don't try to do a 1/4 inch. That's not enough to hold your pages in place. That's the whole reason I'm having to do this right now. I don't know if I have enough of these cut, but we're going to go until my book ended up being 9 by 8 3/4. It's 9 inches wide and 8 3/4 inches tall. And that's based on the widest card that I have, which was the stamped images of the stamps Greg gave me for Christmas that year and my own art for the card. So that's how I came up with the width and all. And the backing, the spine was 3 3/4 by 8 3/4 tall. No, that's wrong. It's 2 3/4 by 8 3/4. I was looking at my notes, and those notes are wrong. It's 2 3/4 by 8 3/4 for the width of the spine. Back here, this is 2 3/4. And I used, for the covers, I used a really heavy chipboard that was like the back of a watercolor pad or some other art pad, because that stuff is really sturdy. And when I use the more lightweight chipboard, it doesn't hold up as good. It's like I have to go quiet so I can like stick this down. There we go. And I think this will kind of just tie the whole book together, having these. And see how nice this binding is, that everything lays nice and flat. It's something hinged binding, and I can't remember it. I don't remember it at all for some reason. But if you look up Kathy Orta King, she's actually the whole reason I don't share it is she has copyrighted the method. And I'm not going to be one of those that says, well, she had it out there for free for a while, so I'm just going to do it. And I have done that in the past, so you can find it. Oh, there's a piece of Howard hair. Oh, well. These are just fun to make, and then you can look and you can see who sent you Christmas cards the year before. And they're really pretty on display. Pull them out at Christmas and have them out. And I just like to have my Christmas cards. I think it would be fun to give a class on how to do these books, and get paid for it. But it's okay. Maybe when I grow up. And if I just made my little flanges, a little bit wider, I wouldn't have to do this. Here's my black page. So this might end up being just like a story page or something. I don't know. And I'm going to need more strips. Yeah, the pitfalls of having the furry babies. I know it. And Howard, the coffee fiend, he likes to get up and lay kind of across my arm as I'm enjoying my coffee so he can smell my breath periodically for the coffee because he's that weird of a cat. Yeah, but caffeine is really bad for cats because it can actually cause them to have a heart attack. So he's not allowed to drink it, although he does try. And I have caught him sticking his paw and lapping in my coffee. And I've taken it away from him immediately and then spent the entire day watching him to make sure he's not having a heart attack. Yes, I'm a crazy cat, ladies. And I know there's other people on. So, everybody's going to watch who they want to watch. And I'm not going to worry about it right now. Barb Owen is supposed to be on in a little bit. And I know Shannon is on in a little bit. Art Junkie. And Art Junkie's going to be doing a Christmas stocking, crocheted. Well, I don't know. I might come up pretty close. And these were all cards from 2020. I think I said that already. And the reason I'm using so much adhesive is because this is it's adhering to the little hinge area and onto the page. And I want to make sure there's adhesive all the way across so that the book doesn't fall apart. I'd like it to stay good. Greg will look through these when I'm gone and he'll go, why did Mom do that? And who are these people? They're Mom's friends. I can do the 2020s in Christmas cards. Have a row of books, the 2020 years. I think that would be cool. I'm just putting it so it's just shy of the crease in the fold so that it does not affect the way the book opens and closes. And I don't worry about, like, when my books comes up like this, I don't force it to go past this bend because I think that breaks your paper down too much. Just fold it so it's at 90 degrees. Don't try to push it all the way over. Because when you have your book, it's not going to be flat down either. And that just breaks your paper here. So you don't want to do that. You want to just bend it to 90 degrees and let that be it. So here we go. I have just 3 left, so you guys will have to bear with me while I make a few more here in a sec. Hoping there's another sheet of the holly berries in here. If I don't decorate this page, maybe I could just write a song lyrics with a white gel pen, like let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, and look up the entire lyrics for it and write it out here. Do something like that. And I'm sorry about my hands. I can't do anything about them. They're just cracking right now. It's just so dry. When you live in a very humid summer conditions, and then when the heat comes on in the winter, the dry skin is worse than I ever had. I never had dry skin in upstate New York. Of course, we had a wood stove that was forced water heat up there, so the house never really got dry. Yeah, I could look through and write down the names of everybody that sent me cards in here for this year, for 2020, because I don't have the original ones I mailed to for this year. I could do that. There is a little exposed adhesive there, but that'll wear away. Okay. Oh, I've got 2 more. And so I'm going to need, I can do the front and the back. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 more pieces. I hope there's another sheet of the holly berry. There's a little bit over here to the side that looks like it's about 1 inch wide. Yeah, Howard's a mess. Somebody asked, Dart asked earlier if the cats had gotten in the tree yet. No, they don't. They don't seem to care. The only one I have to watch is Greg's cat, Piper. She'll come in and she chews on the tree, and it's an artificial tree. So, of course, then she turns around and pukes up plastic. And I'm afraid, if it gets past her puke stage and it goes through her system, I don't want it to hurt her, So I've kind of been chasing her away from the tree. I could go back on my Facebook and find pictures from 2020 Christmas, I bet. Or I don't know if I wrote a blog post that year or not. On my blog that I don't seem to keep up with very well anymore. Since I found YouTube, my blog is it's there. I pop something on it occasionally, but I don't get this activity that I used to. I used to get up and read blogs in the morning and write on my blog. And then Scott talked me into looking at YouTube, and I never went back. Because coming on and doing lives, and that is, easier than writing. But writing, the thing about writing is the more you do, the better you get at it. So I should get back to writing. I wanted to let whoever asked if I would do the watercolor ornament instructions, I will do that in another video. It's really easy to do, and it's a lot of fun. This page is not really very straight. But since this is my book, it fits me. So I said I need 4 more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need 4 more. Let me see if there's another piece of this in here. The holly berries. Oh, come on. Let there be. This is a paper pad I picked up at Goodwill. Ah, there we go. For $2.99, and it's 12 by 12 paper. And these have to be, I measured it earlier. These have to be 8 3/4, I think. Did I cut that at 8 1/2? 8 1/2. The cover is 8 3/4. That's right. The pages are 8 1/2. Hi, Janice Glines. How are you? And then I need 1-inch strips. I'm just going to bring it over to the 1 inch on the opposite side because that is so much easier to manage than trying to put the whole great big long piece out the end and then have an inch over here. You just move your paper over and cut another piece. 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm going to sit down and ink these real quick and see what you guys are doing. You're surviving but tired. That is good that you're surviving. Not so good that you're so tired. You'll have to catch you a nap. Everybody tells me catch a nap, but then I can't sleep at night. So I just press on during the day. Oh, you're not allowed to do anything until next week. That is so hard when you start feeling well enough that, you know, after you've had a procedure done and you feel well enough, but they're like, oh no, wait till next week. It's so hard. Maybe just make a list, either mentally or on paper, of the things you're thinking about doing so you'll have them to remind yourself. So if you do that binding, make your little bits that stick up to receive the pages at least a 1/2 inch. If you want them to really stick on there, I'd say do a full inch in my book. But that's hard to do when you're using only like 12 by 12 paper to do all of your creases and folds and stuff. I'm getting it done. It's just, this is an added step I hadn't planned on doing. And this is Distress ink in black soot, because I've used black paper on the other big book that I did. I think there were last year's cards. Everything was cardstock that was craft color. This time I did black cardstock. So, and somebody else was mentioning that they needed to order some black cardstock. After this album, I'll probably need to look at my stash. And Scott's been using some of my cardstock too, because he's trying to get all of his diplomas and degrees in frames. He said he feels like he's being arrogant. And I'm like, no, you should be proud of your accomplishments. Put them up there. So you can hang my associate's degree in public service if you want to. You work hard for those degrees. You ought to at least, put them up on the wall. I used Mary's card, and then she had put the scissor stamp on the envelope. And so the envelope's actually my pocket, so I can put another card in there. And I wanted to go through and make sure I marked all of the places that the cards would go. I'm just going to put the first piece on all of these to save me some motion movement here. And then we'll flip them one at a time and do them onto the page. And we've got it lined up that we're going to do our sister Christmas. My two sisters that live close to me are coming on the 17th. And we're going to do hors d'oeuvres / finger foods. And I'm going to do angel biscuits with ham and cheese. And then I was thinking of some kind of little vegetable styled or fruit styled thing. Or my sweet might be just some fruit. I don't know. I'm thinking. I might pull out some cookbooks when I finish this and look up some hors d'oeuvre recipes. And then I could write it out on a recipe card and have it ready to go in this year's Christmas card book, which I'll probably do in February. So if you want to save your Christmas cards that you get this year and you want to get with me in February, we can do one of these together. If you want to build one with me. If we still had rooms on Facebook, we could do it as a private thing in Facebook, but Facebook ruined that. We can still do it as a messenger chat, but I would have to know everybody's way to get you on Messenger. I think it would be easier just to do it on Facebook, and whoever's here works on their album with me. All right. Well, I guess that one's going to stay there because the tape grabbed it. This is some really sticky tape. I got it off Amazon. I've got some shadows today. Sorry about that. It's a shame there's no other use for this. You fell asleep watching Mary this morning. Well, I'm sure she would be okay with that, knowing that you're recovering. It's okay. And besides, our bodies know what we need when we need it. If you don't listen, they'll make you listen, your body. It's like when I was all stressed out when I was in management one time. Being that close to a nervous breakdown is not fun, you guys. It's not fun at all. I just was not coping well with doing management, having to deal with people just very last minute calling off. And, when you only have 2-person coverage, if somebody calls off, you're the only one there. Aw, Scott said, missing you today, and he's been thinking about his friend Gerald and wanted to know if I could bake him a pie. Yeah, Mr. Gerald would probably like a pie. He lost his wife several years ago. He's in his 80s now. Okay, this is another one I'm probably going to have to trim down so that I don't cover up. So I'll just cut this off and re-ink like I did that other page. We do this, and then I want to cut my mats for the front and the back cover. I think if I cut this right there. I'll re-ink this. I mailed 30 Christmas cards yesterday, and that included everybody that was in the 2022 card book. That's how I created my list for this year. But if somebody else sends me a card, I'll make sure you get a card back this year. But I've sent out 30 cards, and that included everybody that was in that other book. These were a gift from my son for Christmas that year. He got me these rubber stamps. Sorry, kitties. Some of you are going to get covered a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. So there's that. Then I need this mat cut. Need 2 of them cut at 8 3/4 by 8 1/2, I think. Yeah, because I cut it a 1/4 inch short of what it actually is, so that I have just a narrow little 1/8 inch all the way around. So what did I say? 8 3/4. 8 1/2. 8 3/4, 8 1/2. And let's look at our paper. I had pulled out the little, you know how these are? I'm going to put some of these on the front, I think, but I'm going to mat them on black. Well, ink them, then mat them on black, and then put a couple of them on the front. And I'll need to add the year in some way. But first, let's cut our mats for the inside of the book, which if we look, I've done the holly that I've included inside there, and then I've just got the white and red check. So we need something to go here. I really like how the laminating looks on my artwork for that book. So I don't really want any more red and white. That sweater print is pretty. I kind of want something with some regular blue in it, and if I can't find that, these deer are cute. Well, where's this? You know what? This little book that's going in the front cover would be pretty with the deer as its background. So let me get another piece of the deer. There should be another piece. So the front and the back are the same. There we go. Now the important thing about this is a directional print. So I want to verify again which way needs to be. I think it's the 8 1/2 needs to go the height way. Yes. So let's go ahead and cut the 8 1/2 this way. New Year's cards work fine. That's why I wait until February to do my book, because there's always cards that get left in the, lost in the mail. And you have to wait for them to come in. And then we'll do 8 3/4 this way. And then we got an inkity. And then I need to think about how I'm going to make a gusseted pocket for that little, I don't remember what these are called. They're you can put pictures in here. And she's made pockets, and there's a recipe card. So I could put a recipe in there. What are these called? I can't even remember what they were called. And I didn't send this lady a Christmas card, and her address is on the back of this. I was just going to mount this in until I found that. Got some tags there. This has got an interesting way that she did this. Is she put like different levels of paper, and then she stamped the Merry Christmas, which I thought was a cool idea. Another recipe. So I need 2 pictures and 2 recipes to add to this. And then there's a tag in here that you could put something on the back of that. Now that I've pulled it out, I'll probably never get it back in. There we go. So I got to think about gusseted pocket. Gusseted pocket. Well, that's good. Yeah, because like if I get a Christmas card on Christmas or the day before or whatever, and I have not given that person a card or mailed one already, you're going to get a Christmas card. Because that's what I'm reciprocating is a Christmas card. Now I might make some faux pas on this gusseted pocket, so it might take more than one time for me to get this right. So bear with me. We'll get these in the inside covers first. I just want to make sure I have a place for the cards to all kind of, stick in. We'll go through and fill up the pockets I already have and see what I need to add. I could add a pocket at the back. I might do that to one of these, just do one of those corner pockets so I could slide a card in the very back of the book. We might do that with that piece. Let's put this one in the inside cover first because I'm going to apply the pocket to the front of this. So this will go in like so. Lots of tape on this because I'm going to be putting that great big old pocket on it. I'll probably go off at 1 o'clock because Barb comes on at 1 o'clock her time, right? Or is it my time? I can never remember. I think she's 2 o'clock my time. Time zones confuse me sometimes. Now I'm going to put a big piece all the way across the middle. And yes, I'm using a lot of tape because I don't want this to fall off. All right, so this will go on here. Well, see, I wrote down some measurements, and what happened is those measurements aren't right because I had to make a change. Like, so the spine is not 3 3/4 inches wide; it's 2 3/4. And I had to cut another inch off. Now, make sure the deer are right side up. It's always good. No drunken deer on Christmas. All right, then we put that on like so. And then we have all of this. I think May made it, challenged us one time to come up with a way to use all this tape backing. I have a trash can full of it right now. All right, and now for the back, I want to do one of my corner pockets. So what I'm going to do is I want to make it so it covers about that much. I want the bottom edge here. So let's cut a square that's about 5.5 inches or 6 inches, a 6-inch square. And I have some paper here that I had cut for pages, but now I don't need it. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize it. So I'm going to cut this into a 6-inch square. And then we'll get our scoreboard out. I'm getting a sore throat, which is not good because next weekend is when I'm supposed to have my sisters. So the sore throat needs to go away. I definitely don't want to make them sick. They're both teachers. Now, hopefully they won't bring me any cooties either from the littles. Robin attended her elementary school's Christmas program. And she said they were so cute. All right, I'm scoring at 1/2 inch on 2 sides. Only 2 sides. And then I'm going to fold this up like so. And I'm going to grab a pair of scissors. I kind of like having my carts right behind my table. And I'm just going to cut the square out of the corner, but at an angle. Like that. And do the same off here. Cut that corner at an angle. Cut that corner at an angle. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to line this up so that where this line comes up matches 4 1/4, and then this has to come down and match the same one, which is hard to do. Let's do this here. And I'll line this up here and there. Move that out. Try not to move it, Becky. And then score. Oh, it didn't do it. I went over a line. This is my book, so I am going to do the best I can here. There we go. That's better. It shifted, and then I tried to fix it. And then this will go and fold into the center. And so that point meets there. And I'm going to cut the point off. And it looks like I might have to do some trimming on the edge too. I've not had to do that before. All right. We all make faux pas, right? Just trimming a little tiny bit so this is within the fold. All right. Trash, 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 trash. All right, so let's put a little piece of this down in here. You don't have to use a lot on this. I just want this to stick down in. And what this does is it gives you a nice sturdy pocket edge here so it doesn't break down. So let's see if I can get this to bend over. Bend over the edge. And then I'll get my deer paper. I need to make this more of an angle because I don't want a bunch of bulk on that corner. There we go. See? Ta-da! Mitered corner. So here's my page. What I'm going to do is I want this to go over this. So the adhesive needs to go right under here. So you just open it and put some adhesive on. Hi, Safia. We missed you yesterday. And then I told Ann, I said, did you check to see if Safia is even in the list for the call? And I looked and your name wasn't on there. And we were trying to figure out how on earth your name wasn't on there. So that was a bummer. We missed you yesterday in Ann's craft and chat. We were giving Ann sewing lessons, me and Deb. She was trying. She made a tree skirt. It looks good. It looks good for her first try. All right, so see, now I have a pocket, and that will be in the back cover of my book. This is kind of giving me Better Homes and Gardens cookbook vibes, but that's okay. I have one of their cookbooks, so it's okay. So I'll put a bunch of adhesive on the back of this, and this will go right here. And I do have a little bit of its exposed chipboard. I don't know. I can't add you. Ann has to do it. I hope you are. I will check first thing next week when we do craft and chat. I'll check and make sure everybody's listed and send Ann a list of everybody that's normally there. And if anybody else ever wants to join our messenger call, you just need to let Ann know, Ann Lar. We've learned that we can do a messenger group chat. It's not really a room anymore, but it acts the same. And so it's still a viable way to keep you together. It's just you got to let us know you want to be there. And I'm not sure why it won't let me add anybody, but it was just weird. Remember, we had 2 chats going. I wonder if Ann opened the one that not everybody was in. And see, I don't know what to do about it. Unless we just start a fresh chat each week and try to keep everybody up to date. And this is all on Facebook. And I know a lot of you don't do Facebook. And I really don't blame you. My feed gets inundated with so much just ads or stupid stories about celebrities. I don't care. Leave them alone. Let them live their best life and just enjoy that they spend their talents entertaining us. When they're on their downtime, it's their downtime. For crying out loud. Ticks me off. You know, if they're out doing a public event is one thing, but if they're trying to do something with their families, I think it's rude for people to try to take pictures of their children and, you know, all these crazy stories about the ones that really get me going are the ones where they say, these are the sexiest stars of the 80s. You should see them now. They've really let themselves go. Well, you know what, asshole? I'm sorry. We all age and we all don't come out of it looking like we were still 17. So if we've had any kind of real life, we're not going to look like we arrived in our perfect packaging. We ain't. I'm sorry I said the a-hole word, but doggone it, ticks me off. Anyway. All right, so there we go. We've got some pockets. I need to make a gusseted pocket for here. Let's grab the ones that need to live in pockets, and we'll see how many I have left, because I already have some pockets in here. Like here, this one, Jingle Bells. I like that. This has to go in the gusseted pocket. And then all of these need to go in pockets. So I can take this away and we'll stick something in there. Give them a try. That one will fit there. Although it looks like Santa's going crazy. This one's got a side pocket. And I think I'll put Deborah Adams' kitty cat peeking out there. Because they're both smiling up. And see, I could add a decoration there and one there. Or even just a strip of paper there and there. This is a pocket. There. And you didn't get in the back of the book this time. You're in the middle. And this was the same Dirty Dozen. So let's see if it'll fit. it does. And it looks like I'm peeking in there. So that worked out good. Oh, this was from Irene, and she might have to go in the back. Let's see. Here's some of those old-timey stickers. I'm going to use some of those. There's some to and from tags. This is from Kenneth and Dawn, which I couldn't find Dawn's address. Now, this postcard is from Mary, and I know that I have a Mary pocket. So I'll put Mary's postcard that she did the snow globe in. I'll put him in there. I've got some little guys. Y'all recognize this signature right there? I don't know who that is. I know this is from Beth. All right, is this one a pocket? This one's not a pocket. This one just needs decoration. Let's go back. That one's not a pocket. That's a blank page. That one's been glued down, glued down. This is a pocket. And these kind of match each other. Will it fit? And when I make my pockets, see, this one's just a two-sided pocket, which works out good. When I do these, I'll put, like on these, I put tape here and here. And then just inside the tape, I put an all-purpose glue. And the reason I do that is the tape stays sticky, right? But the glue will dry. So when I stick this in, it won't become stuck in there against the tape. Right? Oh my goodness. Let me catch up with chat. Oh, you're talking about your thumb problem. Yeah. And I'm sure they were even more so after she got done poking you. Does this hurt? Does this hurt? Yes. All right. Here's another one that's red. Janet Nash. And then I got a heart that I'm sure is Janet Nash. Oh, and a journey. This one might have to go in that big back pocket because of the wooden stick. Will it fit? Will it fit? Oh, no. Well, it's in there. And then I can put Irene's card in here. Okay. So what am I down to? This is just the last card, and this is the last pocket. I don't think I need to have the black page in the middle. This is from Janet Nash. Well, Janet Nash and Irene are both from the UK. So you guys are going to share a pocket. And what I'll do is I will punch a hole right here in the top. Here in the top. Which one's the bigger one? There. And then I need a little way to clip that in or tie it in or something, because I know this has got to be from Janet. She didn't sign it. But it kind of goes with the blue kitties. Let me see what I can find. If nothing else, I can use a safety pin. Safety pin. Let's see. Oh, and it's gold. Cool. So I can stick this, put the heart on the safety pin, put this in, and safety pin it right like that. There you go. And I got Janet in there. So I've got this little bit from Beth that it's not signed or anything, but Beth and Tanya are both in Florida. This is from Peg and Ron. Oh, I had something else from Peg and Ron. She's in the first pocket, I think. Let's turn Beth's into a paper clip. I'll turn that one into a paper clip. I've got a big old paper clip right here. And I'll just turn this into a paper clip that I can put on the page. And I could do the same for this one if I have another big paper clip here. I have more paper clips. It's just that one was quite convenient being in my needle box. Needle and pins. Pins and needles. I threw my sweater on the floor and it's not behaving. Okay, let's do our I'll get those last little bits. And so I guess I have an extra page here that I didn't really need, but we can decorate it up. We can add stuff. In the front here, I need a pocket that'll hold this little book. And the little book is, oh, by Devin. It needs a 1/2 inch gusset. Now, math. I have to do math now. Ugh. Do I have to? Yes, you have to do the math. The book is coming together. I just have to do math now, and I don't want to. Let's take this last piece of cardboard here, cardstock. It looks like it'd be big enough. So I'm thinking, now, think harder, Becky. All right, let's do, I want the edge of the pocket to fold back. No, fold up. No, fold back. I don't want this. I want the scoreboard. I'm going to score this at a 1/2 inch here. And then here. And let me just fold this real quick, just so I can see what it does. So that'll fold to the back. And then this will fold back this other way. No, it needs to fold this way. This is what I have to do to come up with the measurements for you guys when I'm actually doing a full-on tutorial. So this will fold back. Or not. It doesn't need to fold. I think I need to do 2, 3. So this will fold back on the page. And then this folds up. I might have too many folds, might be my problem. Let me see. So I think that's what it is. I think I had too many folds. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay, so how far across do I need this to go here? I'm going to do 5 1/4 inches. So 5 1/4 inches, which is at 6 1/2. Did I do that right? No. 6 1/2. And then I'll do a 1/4 inch away from that. And a 1/4 inch away from that. So the first fold has to fold back. Sorry, I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. And then this one will fold up like that. And then this folds back. It really ought to be trimmed to at least the width of the other side. So now I should have the little gusset part like so. And like so. And this side really just needed minus 1/4 inch mark. So there's my little gusseted. It's so hard to see black. There we go. You see the little gusset? So I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to trim some of this off here. And, oh, how deep do I want this to be? Come up to about the ear. So about, let's make a mark at 3 1/4 inches. That'll be where the fold is. And I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch to come 4 1/2. And I'll cut it here. It's going to be hard to see. That's the bad thing about using black is you guys lose a lot in that it's getting, invisible like. So I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch from this fold right here. So right there. Let's see if I can get this to fold down. Oh goodness. You know what? I don't know which way I measured from. What on earth did I measure? I'm going to cut this on this line and hope that this is the right one. If I'd been thinking, I would have just folded it so that I would have had a nice firm edge along the top, but I am going to go with what I have and not worry about it anymore. And down here, I'm going to cut the corners out. Like so. And I didn't mean to throw that piece away. All right. It's 1 o'clock. I'm going to install this and let you guys go. Let's see. I'm just trying to fold the gusset down here. And then just going to put a little bit of tape here. And a little bit there. I'll lotion my hands better next time, so y'all don't have to watch me creak and bleed here. All right. So there, I've got a little gusseted pocket. So I'm going to put some of this super duper sticky stuff on the back here. And hope to God my little book will fit in it, because, man, that doesn't look like it's going to fit. But if it doesn't, I'll sit here and struggle until I get a pocket that'll fit. Before I stick it in my book, let's see if it'll go, if this will fit in there. Oh, I'm showing somebody's address. It's going to fit. Oh, goodness. Well, I can stay on longer. I can't remember. Does Barb come on at 1 Eastern, or is it 1, the middle of the country bit? I'm going to put this like right here. Let's center it. And I can put some pattern paper on the front of this. This little book thing was actually part of a swap I did with a group. 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, well, I'll stay on till 2. And then I'll check in on Barb. And then I'll jump over and help Shannon. Shannon she's trying to get her 4,000 watch hours in. Hey, Deb, I'm making my card journal for 2020. And Shannon needs less than 1,000 watch hours to get to her monetization level for the year. She's so close, you guys. She's so close. She only needs, what is it? Another 900 watch hours. So I've been trying to put her on when I'm busy and just, pop in and leave a comment. So here's my little book I got in the swap. Oh, it fits. Woohoo! I'm wondering if I'm going to wish I'd left a bigger slot for it. Let's see. Nope. Looks good to me. I'll stay on a little bit longer. It's a little tight. It's pushing a little bit. But when I lay it flat, now it's just flat across here. All right. Well, let's see. What did I say I had left? I have an ATC, and somebody signed it, but I can't make out what the signature is. I don't know who made it. I should have wrote a note, but this is what Beth does. So I'm pretty sure this is Beth. And I'm going to turn it into a paper clip to stick on a page. And then I got some vintage stickers. I'm going to save these for gifts for Scott and Greg. So let's make a couple paper clips. And I do want to put my cover decoration. Sometimes your chat is weird. Oh, and I need a way to put 2020 on here. So this will go in. I have to put these books up. Does anybody else have cats or dogs that if they get their handmade stuff, they like to chew on this? And I don't know if it's the glue that I used or what, but my very first book I did, the little one, it's got chew marks on all over the edges where they've chewed it. I don't know why they do that. Now this is a square back, and I'm just going to match up the same square. And let's set this book aside real quick. And then we'll decide what to put on the front. And these are so old, the stick them probably won't work, and I'm not going to lick them. But I'll put a little glue all, and we'll just stick them here and there in the book. And I'm thinking I will add some lyrics or something, or like Teresa said, I could put the list of everybody's name in the middle of the book that sent me cards. So 2 1/4 by 2, and well, I don't even need it that big. I'll just cut a square. We're just making a paper clip, Becky. It doesn't have to be, and it's for your own book. So quit fussing. It's been a while since I made one of these paper clips. So let's see. Let's put this. You put this up in there like that, right? And then this goes on this side. Oh, look, it looks like a border. like that. Okay. Yeah, my scent is all over it. That's true. I hadn't thought of that, Deb. But I mean, that very first book gets it the worst. I mean, really bad. And I was just sitting here and I was thinking, I need to work on that journal, because the sooner I get the journal made, the card journal here, the card book, then I don't have to keep running across these cards saying, oh, I need to make that card journal for that year. They'll all be made. And these are the only ones I have that didn't make it into a journal of their own. So I don't know what I was waiting for. I bet Scott has texted me again to ask. I don't have any apples, or I'd make the pie today. Maybe we'll do that over the weekend and take it to Gerald and say, Merry Christmas. Put a little glue. A little glue. Now, can I get this where I had it before, now that it's covered in glue and tape? I want it to stay so there's like a little border on it. There we go. The tape is there to hold it temporarily or permanently. And then I put a little glue just to, and I'm going to write right here where it says BE, and I'm going to put Beth Schuler. Let's see. Because she reuses her envelopes and Christmas cards. So I'm signing this for Beth Schuler. 2020. Just in case it gets discoluberated, whatever. You know what I was saying. You see what I'm saying, ma'am? And I love the laminated page. That one was fun to do. All right, Beth. Let's see. We could just stick Beth on the blank page, and then I'll come back and add everybody else's name to it. Like that. So Beth's got her own page. And then I've got that little ATC that I'm wondering if I have a short pocket that it could just hang in. Janet's heart. Could stick it back here with Journey's card. Just stick it in like that. Because I don't know who made it. I'm really tempted to put something here. We could stick a Santa on there. Or the Jingle Bells or something. I'm going to use these stickers because they're here. Oh, I bet your house smells good, Deb. All I know is so far right now, I've had requests for my brother-in-law's wife. She wants me to make macaroni and cheese and my broccoli casserole for Christmas Day. And I had wanted to cook, here at the house, and it'd just be the three of us, but it might be her last year's speech has been spoken, so we're going back over there. So anyway, it is what it is. So let's go back to the front, and we'll stick some of these other stickers on. Let's see here. I kind of like the idea of just a little accent decoration on some of these pockets and things. This is glue all, but I don't think it's truly a permanent glue like they think it is. Oh, I hate when you get glue and then you try to wipe it off and it leaves that residue. So you still see it. All right. There's a room up here, and this is a Santa Claus from Peg Robinson and her husband. And they are wearing masks in that picture, so it's like this was the COVID Christmas right here, where we were all kind of in our homes that year. We'll stick with this little Santa head right here. I have so much more stuff I'm going to add to this book that's I just want to get used up. This has a vintage feel, so let's stick the Christmas tree over here because it's got Janet Baum's Christmas tree on it. Dipped cookies this morning. Wow, you've been busy. I've been watching Mary, and then I started watching some crime dramas, and then I was like, I've got things I got to do, and I might as well go live because there might be somebody that's just looking for somebody to be live. So that's why I'm here right now. And I'm going to go through my little iris 12 by 12 container I've got over here. And I might do some more holes in the corners because I really like to make the little, just something little dangling off the edge of the pages so that when it stands up, it's got like ribbons and things. In fact, I might do some paper clips that just have red ribbon and stick them in. That might be another reason the cats like the journals, though, hey? I want to use all of these stickers up. I love it that Anne's card is not the last in the book this time for that year. Let's see. I could put one of these on here. Let's put the snowman at the bottom. And if these are in a book, they're not on the floor, getting kicked around in my way. They're all glued down. I just remember the Sunday school teacher when I was little. She would give these stickers to us, and you had to lick them and stick them in your little book. Blech. And we used the rubber cement with the rubber thing on the top to do the Sunday school crafts. That was gross. What do we got left? Candy cane, a candle. Let's put the candle over here with Tanya's card. You want to do it with all the fluffy stuff sticking out the side? Yeah. Depending on what I get in Christmas cards and what I have left in my box over here, it's pretty full. It's not like I'm going to use everything in it. What do we got left? We got a lantern. Let's put the lantern up here. Of course, it looks like it's just floating, doesn't it? I know what we'll do. We'll put it over here on the other side of this pocket page. It'll look like it's coming out the top of the card. Whoops. So I'll have to stand up. Another one of those where I'm getting glue everywhere. Doggone it. Stick. That's why I like the Scotch Quick Dry. You stick it down, it about grabs immediately. This glue all shifts all over the place. And let's put the candy canes on this page by Janet's safety pin heart on there. I could put her heart up with the other hearts on the wall, but I think I'm going to leave it in here because I got it at Christmas. And we've got one left. Let's go back through here. Let's put it on this page. It looks like a stocking that got cut off in the processing because there's no toe on the stocking. How vintage is that? This one almost is screaming for me to put some snowflakes on here. So let me do a flip through, and then I guess I'll call it because my throat's getting sore. I've been yakking for over an hour. Oh, we didn't do the front. We got to do the front. Never mind. My bad. We're not going anywhere just yet. I got to do this front. So I want to use one or two of these. So which ones do I want to use? Let's get them cut apart. And I've got some black paper that I can mount them on. Let's do... I'm going to do two of these on the front. I'll do happy everything, merry always. I'll do that one. Maybe Santa's on the way. I don't know. Let's see which ones look best. That one has the holly on it. That one says holly jolly. Holly jolly. No peeking to December 25th. They don't really have any others that really scream to me anyway. Oh, I was gonna mat them. I think 3 of them's enough. Enough. Oh no. I don't know. All right. These come out at about 3 by 4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I want to ink them and then stick them down, and then I am going to go. Four and a quarter. 3 1/4. Besides that, I probably ought to look at starting dinner. I'm going to not use the no peeking. I'm just going to use these two like that and like that. And then I can put some other attributes on it. Is Heather here? Hi, Heather. So here we go. I'm going to put these on and then do a flip through, and then I'm going to let you guys go. I need to make a list of the things I need to find, like a couple pictures from 2020. Let's see if I can find anything from 2020 to stick in that little book I got. I'm certain I can come up with something. All right. Hi, Sharon Lombard. I just came on for a little while to work on this book so I can get her done. If I'd been thinking, I could have put a ribbon closure on this, but I wasn't thinking apparently. So it doesn't have a closure. None of my books have closures. Maybe I'll remember to do that with this year's cards when I do the book in February. So again, if you guys want to make a card book, I'm going to put mine together in February. That way I make sure I've received everybody's card, because half the time at Christmas time, things get lost. And I've had a Christmas card show up like 5 weeks later. Yeah. So I just wait until February and I do my card books. And this year just got set aside. I don't know what happened. And I really didn't start doing them full on out until 2021 because I did those first 2 books, and then I came across these and I was like, I might as well do those too and just start doing one every year. Put it together in February and put it away with the other ones till the next Christmas and pull them out and go, oh. You can see who all sent you a card the previous year and the year before if you want to. But I'll keep working on this. I'm going to add more to it, but like I said, I really do need to get off here. We might just have leftovers from last night with some different vegetables. We had pork roast last night. So I was thinking of putting these kind of like that. And then my hands are filthy. Let me show you what I mean about the stuff I have in my iris thing. This thing is all Christmas. This big old 12 by 12. It's all things I can decorate an album with. So I'll go through here and see about finding some stuff. I would love it if there is some holly in here maybe. There's some pretty ribbon. I could put some ribbon on the front maybe. That might be real pretty on the front. I've got deer, wooden deer, little wreaths, all kinds of stuff. Jingle bells. I'll definitely fix some jingle bells to put on the front. But you can see I'm just going to dig through this. Oh, wait. Look at there. That's exactly what I need. There's some holly right there. All right. So let's put this on here. I want to put some of this ribbon part way up on this page. You're making leftovers tonight too? I am not feeling cooking today at all. And that's really unusual because I love to cook. I love to cook. I don't necessarily enjoy cleaning up afterwards. I wish I had a cleaning crew to do the dishes. This ribbon's white and my hands are filthy. So this may go terribly wrong. So I'm thinking just a piece of that across the front. I need fabric scissors though to get them. Just can't leave the fabric scissors on this side of the room. That would be a no. This would have been better to put on, you know, so I could have wrapped it to the back, but too late now. I'll put these back so you don't use them on paper. I've got this real wide sticky tape. I'm going to put this on here. Maybe. I'll do a flip through it as it is now. And then next Friday, I'll do a journal flip, or I'll do a journal flip and have it released next Friday so that you guys can see what I ended up with. I'll put Barb and them on and keep working. Keep working. Let's see. I want this about here. And lucky me, there's a grid on the front of the book. I just have to match this up. There's that. And then I'll put this here. I love my iris. If I could, I would get several more of those. They've gone up in price so much. They're crazy. Yeah, you didn't have to cook last night. Where'd you guys end up eating? I know you went to Hobby Lobby. Did you get something good to eat last night, Deb? I don't like to go out to eat on a Friday night because it's just too packed. There we go. All right, so there it is for right now. So this is the 2020 book. You get a barbecue place. Cool. I'm going to add more. I'll add some of those holly berries that are in this bag. So a quick flip for you guys. This is the little book I got in that swap. And I've got to find 2 recipes and 2 pictures for that. This was my original Christmas card drawing that I shrunk down and made Christmas cards out of. And I had done a mandala on the back of it on another piece and put them back to back, not realizing I wouldn't be able to see both of them if I stuck them down. So I laminated the whole thing with a piece of cardstock in there as a spacer so you wouldn't see, everything on the next page. Then this was a prompt game, and it's got actual jingle bells on it. It's a pocket. This is a pocket. I put tape and glue on those 3 sides, and this slides in. This page is a pocket, and the opening is up here. And this is a pocket with an opening here. This was another game that we did at New Year's. And Anne had made her card from that prompt game, or a prompt game close to that. And then this is a pocket, and the card opens this way. And this is just glued down. I'll add decorations around it. I'm going to put something on this spare page. I had added this page, and I like Teresa's idea of going through and getting the names off the cards, and I'll just put my list here maybe. And then maybe on the back, I could put a couple recipes or something. Or the song lyrics to Let It Snow, because this card's got snow on it. I don't know. We'll see. This one's just stuck down. This is Mary's card. And then she had done the snow globe cards, and that was the one she had sent me. So I put it in there. This one's a corner pocket. So I always, when I'm doing these, I always make sure that the part that's stuck down is to the outer edge of the book, so that when you're flipping through the book, whatever's in the pocket doesn't fly out. So this one's done on this edge, and this one is done on this edge, so that as I'm flipping through, these won't get tossed out. Lots of room to decorate. This is a heart made by Janet Nash. I might stick it so it's hanging in there a little bit. And this was from my quilting friend in the UK, Irene. And Journeys is going in the pocket back here because it's got that stick on it and it won't fit anywhere else in the book. And then that Post-it doesn't go there. There's the back. And I'll sign and date it. It's going to look weird that it's dated 2023 when it's the book for 2020. Oh, and the date I'll put right here. I'll either print it off or get the label maker and make a little tag to put on the front so I remember looking at the front of the book. All right, guys, thanks for hanging with me. And I hope I didn't bore you to tears. And maybe I gave you a few ideas for your card books or ways to save your Christmas cards from year to year. And I will see some of you in Barb's in about 30 minutes, okay? Bye. Thank you.